all these, this intercell mass is really what's going to become the baby. Everything else is going to be support tissues. This is going to become chorion. Anyways, so we got the, so this, the whole thing is called the blastula. The blastocele is the space and intercell mass. This is a bit, this blastocele, or this blastula is a bit more developed. We still have the blastocele, we still have the outer wall. The intercell mass has differentiated into epiblast. This is the yellow stuff. Epiblast is going to be you, and amnion is going to be fetus. So this is hypoblast. This orangey stuff is hypoblast, and that's going to develop into yolk. So that's hypoblast. This is epiblast. But still no implantation. Still fallopian tube, and then here we have this one has implanted. This is going to be uterine wall. So this is all uterine wall side. This is going to be the non-uterine wall. So this is going to be the space in the uterus. So what we have is, again, we've got, this is going to become yolk. This hypoblast is going to be yolk. This is epiblast. That's going to be fetus. And this space is amniotic space. This little hole. This is going to develop an amnion. So we've got amnion right here. This is all chorionic space. The really large space is chorionic space. And these little bumps, these signs, we'll keep an eye out on these bumps. These bumps are going to, these rootlets, actually like the structures, are going to develop into chorion, and they're going to grow out and embed into the endometrial lining of uterus. So these are kind of like root buds, and they're going to kind of seek out the capillary beds in the uterus, in the endometrium. So that's what they're doing, seeking out that blood supply, those capillary beds, so that we can receive nutrients, oxygen for the development of fetus. Okay, so that's that one. And just to put things in perspective, we were looking at a model yesterday of uterus. And so that last thing I showed you of the implant, of the blastula that implanted, here it is, just tiny. So we see that chorionic space and that blip right here. That's going to develop the fetus. And these are the chorionic, the chorionic villi are beginning to form and embed into endometrium. So that's what we were looking at. And there it is. That's implantation. Right there. So here we have okay. This is day 7. It's labeled anyways on this model. You can see this is implantation. Here we have. So this is all endometrium. All endometrium of the of uterus. This is the egg that is implanted, or the zygote, or blastula. Implantation. This yellow is again hypoblast, and it's going to develop into yolk. This is epiblast. Epiblast. This will develop, this pink bit right here will develop into fetus. And this grayer, bluer stuff will develop into amnion. So that's amniotic space. On this you'll see it clearly. You just follow the colors on it. So This is going to become yolk, this will become fetus, and this will become amnion. And this is embedded all in endometrium, the endometrial lining of uterus. Most likely the basalis or functionalis. Remember the endometria, there is the stratum functionalis and stratum basalis. Remember there were uterine glands, really large uterine glands. So this is the stratum functionalis because it's functions. And this is a uterine gland. So, this way. This is further along. This is, I guess, 18 days. You don't need to know that this is 18 days because it's labeled, but just so we can see the yolk is formed now. We've got yolk. This is going to be fetus, and this is going to be amnion. This purple stuff is going to be amnion. Then we've got the chorionic space. And these are chorionic villi. So these chorionic villi are kind of seeking out these capillary beds of the mother. So this is all endometrium. This is all maternal tissue. Chorionic villi, that's fetal tissue. And again, these villi are seeking out these capillary beds for nutrition. This is a giant sperm. True or false?
False.
False. This is a, we label it as a giant sperm on the exam. People fall for it. So don't fall for it. Please. That's a uterine gland. Okay. Now let's take this up a bit further. So now we have something that looks a bit more like a baby. So in this view, this is 6 weeks. At this point, we only see, at least in this model, we're only looking at fetal tissue. There's no maternal tissue. So we see the chorionic villi, very well developed. They're forming, they're in close contact with maternal capillary beds. We have the beginning of the umbilical artery, an umbilical vein. We have yolk. We have chorionic space. Watch what happens in chorionic space. So this whole area is all chorionic space. This is amnion and amniotic space filled with amniotic fluid. Now, what's happening is amnion is getting larger and larger and larger, and it's going to crowd out, chorionic space. So, in this one, at this point, you don't see any chorionic space. It's been pushed off to the side. Amniotic space and amnion are taking up the majority of the stuff. Here we see, and you'll notice also that the chorionic villi, they're not so developed on the outer edge, but over by the umbilicus, there are a lot of them. And this is going to develop to the point where this will form placenta. So all those chorionic villi are not going to, they're going to be much more developed towards amnion of umbilical cord, and this is going to form placenta. So this is all going to form placenta. And then here, so the chorion, that's the end of fetal tissue. Maternal tissue, so the endometrium is developing into 2 different layers. So we have the decidua, and whenever you hear the word decidua, what do you think of? Deciduous. Trees. Why are trees called deciduous? Those that are.
Inside.
They don't. Yeah. In fall, deciduous trees, what do? They drop their leaves, so they shed. So decidua means to shed, to slough off. So this is decidua, meaning during birth, this tissue layer will be have decidua basalis, this grayer stuff. This is all endometrium, but it's maternal. So we have decidua basalis, and then decidua capsularis, which encapsulates the entire fetus. So this is decidua capsularis and decidua basalis. But that's maternal. This is mommy, maternal, and this is myometrium. The myometrium layer of the uterus. This does not get shed. This sticks around. This is that muscle layer that helps with a lot of the birthing. Yep. It's clearer on this one. We have another version of this over there, but it's not painted as clear. So we see there's a gray layer here. This is all decidua basalis. Okay, it's at the base because it's all. So this is all decidua basalis. This layer that's encapsulating the surrounding where the villi are. This is decidua capsularis because it encapsulates the fetus. The decidua capsularis forms a capsule around the fetus. This is decidua basalis here, different color, a grayer color.
So you said basalis was the only one that shed?
They both do. So decidua basalis and decidua capsularis, because decidua means deciduous, it gets shed every fall. No, there's one other model I don't get, but they're along the way. So you'll see all those chorionic villi have all concentrated toward this area. So this is formed placenta. This is all placenta. You see umbilical cord. You can see endometrium, and then myometrium of uterus, internal os, external os, cervix, vagina. Another tricky thing is, what's this? Those are ovaries. So ovary and fallopian tube. See? So that's fallopian tube and ovary. They kind of get so you can see, this is placenta, which is fetal tissue. So that's why they sample placenta to see if there's anything, what's up with the baby. That way it doesn't hurt the baby. Or amniotic fluid. But, so they can tell the gender of the baby, any issues that the baby might have, because that's all fetal tissue.
What's the mean between the internal and external os? Or does it help? Because the cervix
The whole thing is
on the outside.
the whole thing is cervix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And os just means